you've got an upcoming fight on the GBM card on February 9th in Sheffield. So yeah, how did that sort of come about and how long have you known about that for?
I've known about it a few weeks, maybe a couple. I'm not sure, it's a couple months maybe. Obviously, I'm signed with GBM. I've got a promotional deal with GBM, so I get on pretty much every GBM show, which I'm quite fortunate for. Really, if you look at the card that they've put on for this upcoming show, it's a really good stacked card with a lot of good local talent and some good title fights on as well. And obviously, my stablemate Stevie, she's in a good title fight on it, and I feel quite fortunate really to be on cards like this.
Yeah, so that sort of leads me on to my next question, and that's which fight on the GBM card would you say you're most looking forward to, obviously apart from your own?
Yeah, there's my own obviously, and obviously there's Stevie, obviously who's in a good title fight. Really looking forward to that. I've seen all the hard work that she's been putting in the gym and the improvements that she's made while training with Dave, and I'm looking forward to seeing her put that into action. And there's obviously lads that I know as well. Like we train over at Manor ourselves, so obviously there's Owen Durnan, Sheldon McDonnell, and Shaq Thompson. Them three are all on, and they're in good fights as well. So I'm looking forward to them as well.
Okay, so how's training been for this fight? And have you been training differently to any of your other fights, or is it sort of the same?
It's sort of the same, really. Training's always sort of the same. Yeah. At this moment in time, it's not really game plan esque sort of thing. It's more just working on my game and getting better at what I do. So yeah, training pretty much is always the same at the minute. Just getting fit, getting sharp, and practicing and working on things.
Okay, so on to your opponent. How much do you sort of know of your opponent if you already know who it is, or have you not found out?
Not a lot really. I think I've got an idea. There were a couple of names mentioned, and so I've got a bit of an idea who it could be. But yeah, Dave's picking me opponents, and we've got a couple of names. I don't know for definite yet. I'm not sure, but now looking forward to it. Just hopefully another win. That's all that matters.
100%, mate. So one thing I sort of wanted to touch on is activity, because obviously last year you were very active. 2022, when you started your professional journey, you were very active. How active would you say you want to be this year, after you get the win on February 9th?
Yeah, not probably not as active as my first year. That first year was just all about getting the rounds in and getting the experience in. Obviously, with having such a short amateur career, I needed to make up for lost time. But now I feel like I've got that experience. I'm not a novice fighter anymore. Now I can start slowing things down and taking my time and having proper say what you'd call fight camps really. Even though I'll always be in the gym. Then when it comes to a fight last 8-10 week, I can really knuckle down and start focusing on the fight. Then so I think GBM they put on usually around four, five shows a year. So I'll be aiming to be on every GBM show and possibly one or two in between, which is still very busy in a calendar year. But yeah, around five, six times hopefully.
Okay, that sounds good. So what I wanted to also ask you is, where do you sort of want to be at the end of the year? Because obviously, just mentioned there that you know you want to be out potentially on the GBM shows. You know you want to maybe get a few in between. Where do you think you want to be at the end of your career? Because you're 11-0 right now. Where do you think you want to
Yeah,
be at the end of your career? And not your
end
career,
of my,
but year.
end of 2024. I want to be ready to fight for titles in 2025. That's my goal now. My goal last year was to just to get the experience in and get the rounds in, and I've done that. And now my goal for this year is to keep gaining the experience and be ready for titles come the end of the year.
Well, I saw your episode of Patio Patter with Dave Allen.
Mm.
And basically, you were sort of talking there about sort of not really criticism, but sort of people saying that they want you to sort of move on in your career, you know, step up the levels, which is obviously, you know, a very big compliment as well. But what do you sort of have to say to that? Because obviously, you just mentioned that you want to start fighting for titles in 2025. What do you sort of have to say to the people that are saying that?
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, it's a compliment because people say I'm probably too good for what I'm doing now. I need to push on and start fighting better opponents, over more rounds, etc. But like they need to understand, in boxing I've had 15 fights altogether, I think, and like there's young amateur lads who have had more than that in a year. Do you know what I mean? So I'm still inexperienced, even though I'm starting to get that experience now. Like I said, I'm not a novice fighter anymore. I'm still gaining the experience, and And Dave knows me better than anyone. Dave knows when I'll be ready to take the step up. And I'm fortunate enough to have great sponsors behind me backing me, so I don't need to rush into these big fights because they allow me to train full time and they really help me out a lot. So I don't need to go rushing into anything. We can afford to be able to take my time and do it properly. And I'm only 24 years old, so there's no rush anyway. I've got plenty of years behind me, and I'm planning on having a long, successful career in boxing. So we're taking us time doing it properly, and I'm hoping to be around for a while. And when the step up comes, I'll be more than ready.
Have you got anything you want to promote, say for your Instagram, anything like that?
Just the show, really. The show 9th of February, GBM. Great card on, and great local talent. It was streamed on Talksport, on YouTube, and Boxing King Media usually have it as well. And if you're local to Sheffield, around South Yorkshire, get yourself to the show, grab a ticket, and it'd be a great night. GBM always put on a great show, great production, and the card itself, the fighters, it's going to be a great night.
100%, mate. So yeah, thanks so much for your time once again, mate. I really do appreciate it. And best of luck with the fight, and we'll do it again in a couple more months and then see where we are then.
Definitely, mate. Brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank you very much.